I bought 7 incredible Fortnite Blasters. Which ones are worth getting? Let's kick things off with a $20 halftone hero. It comes packed with 12 elite darts and the blaster comes in 2 parts. That's more like it. Oh, and here's a code for a free in-game skin. Better be quick to grab it. I wanted to show you this because it's got a few really unique features that sets it apart from lots of other blasters. But first, just look at it. It's got this nice yellow and black star design on both sides of the blaster. And if you look even closer, you can see that it's covered in this halftone dotted pattern. It's slightly textured and adds some extra character to this. There's no tactical rails here, but let's get onto those unique features. Check this out. It has what's called a break open barrel, and this is where you load the darts in. It can hold up to 6 darts at once, firing 1 at a time. When it's all loaded up, you can just flick this back into place. It's such a satisfying move. Down, load, flick. But it gets better because instead of some pump action or bolt action priming method, it has what's called a hammer priming action. You simply pull back here and you're ready to fire. It technically could be used one-handed, especially as it's very light, but it is a bit of a stretch. And you'll find that it's far easier just to use 2 hands. It really is an absolute joy to use, but let's check out how it does in our target test. There's no sights on this blaster, so it's not the easiest to aim, but the darts do fly out with a consistent power, so you will likely hit a moving target. I think it's only suitable that you switch to a star rating for this video, so bearing in mind the price, performance and features, I'm going to give this 4.5 stars. Next up is a $25 compact SMG. In the box you get 8 elite darts, and here we have the blaster. You really don't get much with these Fortnite blasters. Let's start with how this looks. It's an odd shape, sure, but there's a good reason for that. I think red and black is always a good colour combination. What I really like though are the details in these fake straps. The texture, the shape and the buckle all look so realistic. I find the overall size a great fit for me, and this front grip is really comfortable because it's actually got a rubber coating on it. And this brings me on to the next bit, which is the 8 dart internal clip. So to access this, you simply pull the front grip down to open it, and then you can load the darts in 1 at a time. There's no release catch here, so I am a little concerned that it will become looser the more you use it. This whole internal clip does explain why it's bulky up top, but this is actually a benefit because it brings a single tactical rail in line with your eyes better. Now this is a motorized blaster that takes 4 AA batteries to power it. It does take a while to get up to speed though. Listen to this. And also, this is a semi-automatic blaster, which is very different from the automatic in-game version of this weapon. Oh, and I'm not sure if you've noticed already, but practically every dart in this Fortnite range is colour matched to the blaster. It's a really thoughtful touch. Let's get onto the target test to see how well this performs. My biggest gripe with this is that despite being very easy to use, the motors inside just don't give the shots much impact. I'm going to give this 2 stars. It's not massively satisfying to use and it could do with holding a few more darts. So how about the $40 Blue Shock Assault Rifle? You get 10 elite darts this time and a 10 dart magazine to fit these in. I've got to say the blaster is looking really quite cool with this blue shock design. And here we have another code card to unlock the beat wrap in game. The form factor of this blaster feels so good in the hands and it's such an iconic shape as well. I like to think of this as the next step up from the compact SMG. It's a semi-automatic blaster powered by 4 AA batteries. It takes a similar amount of time to get the motors up to speed, but this time it holds a lot more darts. And not just that, it uses a standard magazine fitting so you can carry spare magazines, or you could use your own larger capacity ones. It's a bit more flexible in that sense, but it doesn't have any tactical rails. I'm not sure it's a big deal here though, because it does have some simple albeit effective sights. How will it perform? Let's find out. The accuracy is decent for the type of blaster. I've got to say though, the more I use it, the greater it feels, and that's what this range is really about. This gets a very respectable 4 stars. It feels a lot more accurate than the compact SMG. By the way, I've hidden some Fortnite codes in this video, so keep an eye out for them. Stepping up slightly, we have the $45 DG. It's boxed with 15 elite darts and a 15 dart rotating drum. Click that in. Now this looks fun to use. On the face of it, this looks fairly plain. There's not a great deal of colour going on here. But if you look closer, you can see a nice wooden texture on the stock and the grips. There's no tactical rails on here. Do you need them? Probably not, but there are some sights, and you will make use of the ones on the front. It's just that these back ones are a little too low down. They're incredibly awkward to look down. I don't think anyone's going to be using a blaster like this. What I do really like about this though is that the pump action distance required to prime the blaster is incredibly short. It's literally done. It's that small distance there. The other great thing about this is that it has a slam fire mechanism, which combined with a short priming distance makes it so fun to unleash a whole load of darts at your target. Apart from that, feature-wise, it's a very straightforward blaster. Time to see if it performs well. It certainly feels like the grouping is tighter than the previous blasters. You can see how reliable the shots are and it feels great to use. And let's try the slam fire. Sure, the accuracy is more wild, but we have a much faster rate of fire. I'm giving the DG 4.5 stars because the consistent shot accuracy and the amount of darts it holds make this really quite effective to use. I actually almost forgot, if you're enjoying this video, please do consider subscribing because it helps me to make more content like this. I can't wait to try this $45 RL. I presume that stands for rocket launcher. It comes with 2 giant rockets, and wait for it, the blaster itself. This is the epitome of fun. Everything about this, the way it looks, the design on it, the giant rockets, what more could you want? Admittedly, I was a little bit worried when I saw the size of the box, but luckily when you put it all together, it's much larger. Looking closer, we've got 2 folding sights here, although I don't think these are useful at all, they're just for aesthetics. To fire this, well, it was different than I was expecting. You load the rocket in the front, of course, but hold on, the trigger is fake. It's just solid plastic. So this actually works by pushing the front part of the blaster forward so that when you pull back again, air is forced through the barrel launching the rocket out, like this. You can do small shots like this, but let's see how far we can launch this thing. One thing I have noticed is that the more power you put into your shots, the less accurate they're likely to be, as the whole pumping motion shakes the blaster. Luckily, the stock helps to prevent it going too crazy, but I can't help to think that they could have made their firing method a whole lot better. Imagine if you could pump up some pressured air, place this on your shoulder, and hit the trigger to fire. I just think it would have made this a lot more realistic and more accurate to use. Shall we target test the rockets? Okay, I've never target tested rockets before, but after hitting the target shot after shot, I'm really liking the performance here. This gets 4 stars. The accuracy is not too bad for how it functions, and the design is probably my favourite out of all of the blasters here. The $70 Heavy SR, or sniper rifle, is a biggie. Look at the size of the box. Inside you get 6 mega darts, a 6-dart magazine. Let's put the blaster together with the scope, and yeah, this is huge. Ooh, absolutely everything about this is oversized. It feels like it's made for a giant. The blaster is 1.1 meters in length, it's got a chunky magazine, and it uses mega darts, which are massive versions of your standard Nerf dart. It might be a bit cumbersome for a younger child, but despite its size, it's not actually too heavy. Visually, I think it looks quite fierce with the red camo design, but let's check out the features. At the front, it has foldable bipod legs, making it absolutely ideal for going prone to take the shots. It feels like it's really designed to be used like a sniper rifle rather than running and gunning with it. And a really nice touch is that the bottom of the magazine has some rubber grips, so that when you are in this position, it's going to help keep it steady and prevent the magazine from getting damaged. There are 3 or 4 tactical rails on here depending on how you look at it, although if you have got the scope attached you can pretty much write off using any of the ones on top unless you want to block your aim. And the bottom one actually looks like you can't slide anything on or off once the blaster has been put together. Speaking of the scope though, these are really nice and clear. When it comes to using this, even though it is excessively large, thankfully everything you need to access is towards the back half of the blaster, so it's not unusable by any means. Let's see if this dominates the accuracy test. I'll be honest, the performance of this is blowing me away. Look at the tight grouping and how consistent each and every shot is. This has to get 5 stars. It feels like a sniper rifle and the accuracy is unmatched in this video. It's definitely worth picking up. Next, we have the $70 GL grenade launcher, I presume. It's packed with 6 rockets and a 6-dart rotating drum, which you have to assemble. Can you believe that it took 10 minutes to put this together? And I had to use a mallet. But man, does this look intimidating. Imagine seeing someone wielding this coming at you. Just the look of it alone is enough to make someone run for their life. The first thing that I did notice when holding this though is that it is a little on the heavy side. There's a tactical rail on top for some baffling reason. I don't think many people will use this because it functions a lot like the RL. Pushing forwards on this blaster rotates the drum, and pulling back is what fires the rocket. As soon as you hold the blaster though, you can tell that this whopping big drum gets in the way of the firing mechanism. It can be really painful to slam your wrist on the edge of this, especially when you're pulling back as hard as you can to fire the rocket out. It's not good. There is a stock at the back, but unlike the RL, it's too short to be used to stabilize your shots. Now because it does have a 6-rocket drum, you can unleash hellfire on your opponents, but as you can probably see, the rockets are flying off in all sorts of directions, so don't expect to hit many of your enemies. Let's check out the target test to see what's going on. Oh dear, this is really struggling. I feel so helpless. I'm aiming at the target, but the rockets just aren't going where they're supposed to. I really wanted to like this. I tried to like it, but the performance and the form of it is disappointing. This gets a 1 star. Well, that's a sour note to end on. If you enjoyed the video, why not check out the Minecraft blasters here? Thanks for watching.